how you sing at the beginning of these.
It's how I know whether or not my microphone is muted or not. I can't remember if I mute it.
I mean, you are a big fan of musicals.
I do like musicals.
You do. But unfortunately, you can't go see them right now.
Which is fine. I'm not a big fan of live.
Really? I thought you were. I thought you loved it.
The problem with live shows, I love them. I would go to every one if they made Atom seats, where
They're too small.
Where I'm not worried the entire time that my shoulder is in somebody's mouth, or that's a real nightmare for me. Same with sporting events. Not so much at sporting events, because guess what? Everybody's kind of a chud there. They're all there. They kind of know the score.
Did you watch the game, what's it, Thursday? And it was on, what the hell was it? It wasn't on the regular...
FSN?
Yeah, it wasn't on there. It's on one of the main channels, 1 through 10, at NBC or something. And I kept noticing they had fans in the stands, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, okay, something looks funny, because they'll hit a ball over there, then all of a sudden, like, a couple will stand up, then a couple more will stand up, then a couple more, like, it looked like robots, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, is this CGI?
They did it.
Yes.
I knew it.
I was like, what the fuck? You don't need that.
That's better than the cut. You know, have you watched any of the hockey? They covered the seats. There's like NHL logos and shit. It's tarps. It's great. It looks perfect. It looks fine. You don't need CG fans. You don't need cardboard cutout fans.
It literally looks like a shitty 90s movie.
Awful.
Like, how they're sitting up, like, it just looks god-awful. Like, why would you even waste all the resources to do that? Like, take that money and, like, pay people who are still working there a little extra or something. Like, you don't need the shitty CGI fans. It looks like shit.
Yeah, that's
garbage. It looks like fucking something out of The Matrix.
Am I playing MLB The Show 2003?
I would say those fans look better.
On GameCube?
Like, when you play, like, the old mans, and it's just, like, this one guy who just keeps doing this the whole game.
It's 2 pictures. Yeah.
Like, he must have the most ripped fucking shoulder from just lifting up and down over and over. But,
and he's at every game, no matter who's playing.
What's funny is hockey and, basketball are the only ones who are doing the bubbles, I think. And they're the only ones who are going to be, or haven't had any positive tests, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I think baseball's probably going to collapse pretty quick here. Even though the Twins are doing amazing, I think they are, I don't know, the whole Florida Marlins team has the goddamn coronavirus.
Right.
The Cardinals, who were in Minnesota a few days ago that we mentioned, 2 of them have it. They canceled their game, I think. It's just like, unless you contain them all in one area, it's not. So football's going to be a fucking mess.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's going to be a fucking mess.
50 of those animals on each team rampaging around every city they go to.
Well, what was college football that they were talking about? There's no way in hell they're going to pull that. Like, you got the kids going to school and then playing football. Like, there's too much. And then probably partying and making out with each other, whatever. Like, it's just not going to work.
Traveling sports, definitely. And then you go to another college. One of those kids have it. Now you have it. And now your entire college has it.
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
There's a lot of people making a lot of poor choices in regards to coronavirus. There's people that don't think it's as serious as it is. Still.
Yeah.
How?
I mean, look at Herman Cain. Rest in peace. But
R.I.P.
I mean, have you heard he had cancer?
I didn't hear that.
I had heard he had cancer, which should make it an even bigger point that you should be very careful.
Hell yes.
If you have cancer or anything.
When your immune system's compromised already, you don't want to.
Yeah, but his quote where he's like, come to the rally, no masks, don't care, like, and then he dies of it, like, come on, dude.
It's very, very, very hard to feel any sort of sorry for those people.
You know what I don't understand? So today I went to Pineda, up here, just got a burrito.
Taco stand, yep.
And there's a huge sign, wear your mask in here. Okay,
state mandate.
Right. Everybody in line's doing it, and this... two old people come barging right in there, no mask or nothing. I'm like, you two are the highest risk people. What are you doing?
Yep.
They just don't give a shit.
Nobody said anything?
I don't think so. I wasn't really paying attention. Maybe somebody kicked them out, but it didn't seem like they did anything.
Shit.
Like the elderly man, you gotta You got to be careful, man.
You really do. Unless you just have a death wish.
Mm.
Hey, what? It's nobody thinks. Nobody thinks. Nobody thinks. I don't even have to finish what I was going to say there. Nobody fucking thinks.
It's not exactly pleasant, but it's like, just wear a mask and we'll get through this, and then you don't have to wear a mask.
That's it.
Simple.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, anybody who says you're dying of carbon monoxide or whatever, dioxide, idiot. Sorry. If you wear a mask.
Have you ever seen a doctor drop dead from carbon monoxide poisoning? Or a nurse?
I posted on my story that one person said that they've been hiding the dead surgeons.
Oh, they
wearing
just
masks.
I see. They just stack them up.
And I linked the surgeon that I know, and I'm like, do you know about all these dead surgeons? Everyone's like, I think I must be dead already. I'm like, okay, I guess it's confirmed.
It's a 100% mortality rate field.
We have nothing but ghouls and they're operating on people. They're just all dead. You can't survive that. They're all just dead.
Idiots.
Even though they have to like wash their hands and everything for like 50 minutes, wear that mask, sweating. The nurse has to dab. That might not be a bad job. Like, your job is to dab.
Sponge guy?
Yeah, dab the sweat off the surgeon's head. Like, that's your only job.
Yeah, that'd be all right. You remember, did you ever watch that Clive Owen show? The Nick?
The Nick. No.
Well, it's not worth watching now because they're not going to finish it. They left it on a real fucking cliffhanger, but...
Wait, is it... What year come out?
Gosh. 2013, maybe? 14?
Really?
Yeah.
He's still acting then.
Yeah. Clive Owen?
The last thing I remember him in is Sin City, or was Children of God?
Children of Men.
Children of Men, yeah. I don't remember which one came first.
Children of Men was 06, I want to say. When was Sin City? Probably 06, 05, something like that.
Somewhere on there, yeah.
Robert Rodriguez, right? Is that his movie?
Sin City?
Yeah.
It could be. I don't know. I really liked it. A lot of people hated it. I really liked the original.
That one made me fall in love with Alexis Bledel.
Which is she? I figured you were going to say Jessica Alba.
She's the blue-eyed whore.
Oh, yes. The thing I remember is how fucking creepy goddamn Elijah Wood is in it.
He's a little creep.
You know what's funny? It seems like all his movies he does now are all horror movies.
Sure.
So maybe he found his little niche. Although in The Facility...
That was a horror.
Or The Faculty. The Faculty.
That was a horror.
Yeah, I love that movie.
It's a good one.
Great. Fucking awesome.
I heard a story about the Comic-Con after that movie came out, because that was a year before Lord of the Rings Fellowship. So he was doing promotion for that movie at a Comic-Con, and somebody that had been working at the visual effects house that was doing pre-production on Lord of the Rings was saying, this is the last year that this guy will ever be able to walk around a Comic-Con without being completely fucking mobbed.
Yeah.
People are like, whatever, okay, a little elf book. I'm sure that elf movie's gonna be real popular. And then Lord of the Rings obviously is Lord of the Rings.
I always think Peter Jackson is fascinating because he literally has like some of the most low budget shitty horror movies. They're shitty, but they're like enjoyable shitty. Mm-hmm. And then he goes like to that. Mm-hmm. It's insane. I don't know. And then he makes King Kong, and then I don't know. It's crazy. It's hard to envision him making. Are you a fan of Lord of the Rings?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, I am too. Some people say it's too boring.
Nah, get the fucking... Read the books if you want boring. Those are some fucking boring books.
Did we talk about the Hobbit movies?
I'm sure we have.
I don't remember if you liked them.
I don't. No.
None of them?
Maybe the first one. Even though the first one was just all the dwarves showing up for dinner.
I just thought the third one was stupid. Where they had like emo... What's the Hobbit's name in that one?
Bilbo.
Bobo, yeah.
Bilbo.
Bilbo. Yeah, the emo...
Bobo.
The emo Bilbo, yeah. He goes emo, then the dwarves, I think, go emo a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, it reminds me of Spider-Man 3. I went to theaters to see Spider-Man 3.
Yep.
And, God, who was... Okay, Venom was...
Toby. Not Toby.
Eric Foreman.
What's that fuck's name?
Topher
Grace.
Topher
Grace, yeah.
Yeah, apparently he's like an asshole.
Is he?
That's what I've heard.
That's too
he's
bad.
Just like a dick. It's funny, he's a dick. The guy who played Hyde's a dick.
Yeah, and a Scientologist.
Yeah, and he's a rapist, right?
Yep.
Or is it a pedophile?
Maybe both.
Probably both. Red Foreman's probably fine.
I think he's awesome.
Yeah.
Kurtwood Smith. Yeah. He's
That is real
Oh,
Smith.
yeah. Dude, have you seen RoboCop? He's in RoboCop.
Yeah. When he, the part where they shoot him with a shotgun like 50 million times is my favorite. And he's just like exploding everywhere. I love that part.
It's just jars of spaghetti sauce all over.
Like, I remember watching, like, I think he's dead.
That
like,
in the boardroom.
The what?
That and the boardroom scene with Ed 209.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen the second one, or the third one, or the remake.
That's all right.
And you don't need to?
Nah. 2's okay for what it is. And the remake is, Jesus Christ.
Bad?
I don't like it. It takes away all the fun parts of RoboCop.
Which is...
It's kind of a campy, cheesy revenge movie. And then they tried to make it a fucking Batman in the new one.
I suppose that makes sense. Isn't the second one more about the, like, machine thingy?
Yeah.
Like, he's battling that machine thing.
And 209.
Didn't they make some really bad video games about RoboCop?
They made RoboCop versus Terminator, which is terrible. They made a RoboCop game, which is terrible on NES. I watched the Cacho play it, who is Arino the Cacho. Look him up. He's very funny.
He's good?
It's a Japanese show. It's called Arino Game Master. Game Center CX is what it's called in Japan.
Okay.
Very good. Very
He's an
funny.
Asian gentleman?
Japanese, yes.
Japanese, man. Okay. Interesting. I maybe I'll have to check him out.
Yeah.
Phil told me about this. I wish I could remember the name of it now. It's like he's a YouTuber who has people call in. He's an atheist, and then he talks with the religious people that call into his show.
Wow.
And they try to convince him to convert to Christianity. I was like, that sounds pretty awesome. It sounds kind of fun, actually.
That sounds about a step removed from Jesse Lee Peterman.
That's what I was saying. That's what I told him. I'm like, he's like, yeah, I kind of get bored of it after like a week. I'm like, well, then you switch over to Jesse Lee Peterson, and then you get the exact opposite, and then you come back over to that. Like, you get a taste of both sides.
Just pole to pole, baby.
You know what kind of cringy video that popped up on my YouTube? You know Hassan, right? The
Hassan?
Streamer, Hassan?
Mm-mm.
He's very politically motivated, and a lot of people hate him because I think he has like a lot of communist viewpoints and such. He's a very big Twitch streamer. Well, apparently his girlfriend is Janice Griffith?
The porn star?
Yes.
Former porn star, yeah.
Former porn star. Well, they were going through his friend streamers, and she was giving them a rating, like a 1 to 10, and it was just like, why am I watching like 2 minutes of this? It's very cringy and uncomfortable, and I don't know what is going on here.
That poor girl. I think she's got some problems.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. She was dating... Yes, well, just weed for all I know for a while, but she was dating James Dean, who is that abusive porn star that they always talk about.
Yeah.
And then she got thrown off of a roof into a swimming pool by Dan Bilzerian.
No way.
Yeah, but she didn't know that was going to happen, and it was for a photo shoot. So, like, he was like, don't worry, I got it. And then she broke her arm on the side of the pool because she didn't make it in all the way.
I would say as far away from that fucking guy as they possibly could.
Yes.
What a dick.
Yeah, he's the biggest idiot of all.
When you're so rich, people don't mean nothing to you, and you just throw them off a building, like...
Threw her off. It was for like a photo shoot for like GQ or whatever, right? And they were partying, and it was like, oh, a great shot it'd be. What if I picked you up and threw you in the pool from the roof? And it was like supposed to be innocent, but she wasn't cool with it. And, yeah.
I feel like there's some safety precautions that should have been taken there.
Definitely.
Otherwise, you're going to break your goddamn... Okay, so she has a lot of bad experiences with bad men. Then.
Yes.
Is James Dean confirmed he's abusive? I remember the what's the teen mom girl?
Farrah Abram.
Yeah. So, she said it too?
I don't know if Farrah said it, but...
the other ones?
Gosh, this girl, I can never remember her name. It's a Russian-sounding name, but she's the one that brought all the abuse allegations on him.
He kind of looks like he could be a drug head. Like a cokehead or something. He kind of gives me that vibe. I don't know.
Definitely definitely the way he manipulates women. He definitely looks like he could be abusive as far as physically manipulating them on the camera.
I figured you would have known who Hassan was because he's associated with the other guy who's on Twitch fighting with people about political stuff. And Camp Destiny.
I don't know that either.
Really? I guess your old roommate used to talk about him all the time, but he's deeply embedded in that thing, whatever you want to call it.
You know my streamer, Caleb Hart 42.
Is he still playing? I haven't watched him in so long. I think he's
still playing, yeah.
I haven't watched The Hob in a long time. I haven't really watched anybody, really, to be honest.
Yeah, there's better stuff to watch than Twitch, for the most part.
I just want to know why that Dr. Disrespect guy got banned.
He got banned again?
Oh, yeah, that happened like a month ago. Nobody knows why he got banned. It's really weird because he was like talking about David Icke and reptilians. And then he's like, oh, shit. And then his stream cut off, and then he's been banned ever since. Nobody knows why.
Maybe Bezos got to him.
Shouting out the reptilians.
Yeah?
He could be one.
Oh, shit. And then he shuts it down.
Basically, I don't understand that guy because he wears I assume it's a wig mullet.
Yeah. I don't get anything. I don't get anything I don't get it.
I didn't enjoy him, but it's just obviously a lot of people have been getting banned from there, but I don't know why he got banned.
Was he still playing Fortnite? Or
I assume. I don't know.
PlayerUnknown's, whatever?
Probably. I don't know. Is your boy still playing those?
Who's my boy?
Bradley.
Oh, he texted me the other day.
Or is he still Call of Duty? I think he's Call of Duty.
I think he's Call of Duty.
What about you? You been playing anything fun?
Let me see here. I've been playing Yakuza Kiwami 2, keeping up with the Yakuza series, of course.
Big fan.
All the remasters are out, so I'm going to get all of them on PS4. And NHL 20, just noodling around in franchise mode, trying to get the Wild to a Stanley Cup.
The first ever?
Yeah, as GM Adam Cocksucker. That's my GM's name.
I remember Kyle, he would play all those NHL games, but he would only play the shootout mode.
Okay, yeah.
He don't like anything but shootout mode.
Okay. I mean, that definitely, Chase and I used to go into it would be 23 round shootouts where we'd go through the roster twice. It would be pretty intense.
Your squad's playing what, tomorrow?
That's correct. No, what is today? The 1st? They're playing tonight.
Oh, it's tonight?
Yeah.
Against the Canucks.
The Vancouver Canucks. How
come no Canadian finds that offensive?
The Vancouver Canucks? I don't know, actually.
It's what you call Canadians, right? I assume. I don't think
it's disrespectful.
That could be. Yeah. Used to be the Whalers, right?
The Canucks? No.
No?
No.
Don't they have a dolphin thing on? Or
they have
an
orca.
Okay. I mean, that's a whale.
Yeah, but it's not like the Whalers. The Canucks have been around forever.
Well, I wanted to ask you when you were here early in the week, when did the Wild franchise start?
2000.
Okay. All right. Because I think it was Fox Sports North or whatever, they were playing a classic game, and the video quality looked like it was from the 80s, but it was the Wild.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was like, Jesus, they haven't been here that long, have they?
Up until what is that? 20 years? 20 years?
God, the video quality was so bad.
Well, until HD, dude, hockey looked like the 80s until 2009, probably.
I was going to say, when we were talking about The Last Dance, when they're playing some of their films, I kind of like it where the light has the trail off of it.
Yeah.
I remember wrestling used to have that a lot. Kind of like that effect.
Yeah. Those fractal trails. Yep.
Yeah. I kind of like that. Let's bring those 90s cameras back.
Yeah. Let's bring whatever VHS or whatever captures that.
I'm sick of HD. Bring that back.
That's right. Let's see. What else has been on the TV for me? I watched Tread, the movie about the Killdozer, the documentary on Netflix about Killdozer.
Oh, shit. I should watch that. That sounds awesome.
It's good. It's pretty good. You know what drives me nuts? And longtime listeners of this show will know because I've brought it up before. Netflix in their documentaries feels they need to do these recreations for everything.
You're not a recreation fan.
I just don't need it. And some of the Killdozer footage where it's pretty cringy, like the CG Killdozer they made.
Oh, they made a CG Killdozer.
Yeah, for some of the recreations, and then there's SWAT officers going alongside it. But it's so big, it's I don't think it was that big IRL.
I wonder if you would like Paranormal Witness then. Have you ever watched an episode of it?
I believe I have.
Because they have reenactments, but it's usually the reenactors don't really say anything. It's kind of like the main person telling the story and then the people, reenactors, doing what the main person's saying.
That's good. I'd rather have that than the majority of paranormal shows, which are shot in Vancouver to save money. And they're like, oh, like this took place in Texas. There was a haunting. Oh, hey, did you get the syrup out of the kitchen there, hun? Like, get out of here.
You know what? Scottie Pippen, why does he sound like he should be wrestling alligators?
Well, that's where he's from. Arkansas.
Jesus Christ. His like, he sounds like a deep Cajun man who, like, him and his cousin finger bang alligators for fun. Like, that's what he sounds like.
I know. That's how he just goes and sexes them gators with his big old fingers.
I'm kind of wondering if one of our fans, Candace, and Michael Jordan have the same accent. He's from Carolina, right?
Yeah, North Carolina, right? But she's not.
South Carolina. Yeah. I can't imagine their dad different, are they?
Oh, now you're getting into some beef.
Okay, they won't like that.
Well, both the Carolinas did fight for the South.
Okay.
Confusingly, North Carolina fought for the South. Geez, I don't know. I don't know if there's Carolinian beef. Is there beef between Virginia and West Virginia?
It seems like there would be.
Is there any other states that have two names? I know I'm stupid right now.
North and South Dakota.
There we go. Yeah, I know there's beef there.
Yeah, there has to be. I mean, I call California and Arizona white trash California, so maybe that's...
Boy, Arizonians, they fucking hate California people.
I feel like whoever you live next to hates that state next to.
That's true.
Like, we call Wisconsin all hillbillies
Hell on
and
earth.
everything.
Yeah,
and they call us dumb shits and everything.
Yeah.
So,
well, they should get industry so they can not have to come here.
Iowa usually hates Minnesota.
For no reason. I don't think I've ever cast a spur. Well, I do like the idiots out wandering around. That's always fun.
You know how many times I heard that joke when I first moved here?
All of the times.
It's a very classic in Minnesota.
You betcha.
Idiots out wandering around, or idiots... What's the other one? Idiots out without aim, maybe, or something like that.
Idiots out without aim, I could see that.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of different ones you can come up. I'm sure Stiglitz knows them all.
I know there's one about chubby women as well, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
That Iowa stands for something. Yeah, I don't know.
I have not heard that one.
I'll figure it out.
You gotta ask Stiglitz for all these Iowa jokes. He's still there. He's the only one I know, well, besides my parents, who's still there.
who held the course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always posting Iowa memes.
Yes, he is. And they're great every time.
He sent me a picture of, like, Godzilla and all the other monsters. There's like 20 or 30 of his enemies. And I'm like, Stiglitz, man, I haven't seen half these motherfuckers. He said, and then he's like, oh, it's from this saga of Godzilla. I'm like, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
So it must be from comics or something.
I think there's a good chance a lot of them were made to sell toys, too.
Oh, yeah. I need to watch the brand new Godzilla that came out last year. I've heard it's good.
Ah. That animated one?
No, it's a... do you remember the CGI one? Well, not CGI, but they had a Godzilla that came out, I think maybe like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston was in it for 2 minutes. Yeah,
I bet that's the one. And then there's a brand new one where he fights other monsters.
Oh.
He fights, he tags up with, if I read it right, Rodon and Mothra, which he usually does in a lot of the movies. Mm-hmm. And then he's fighting King Ghidorah, which is the 3-headed one that you know. He makes that squeaky noises and he shoots lightning bolts. Yeah. And the sweetest part is where, like, the other monsters grab him and you can, it's clearly a costume. The head just, like, folds there.
Like a floppy rubber neck.
And they're just stomping it and it's, like, clearly just like a rubber suit stomping into the ground.
Godzilla is my favorite athletic male lizard. That's for sure.
He's awesome.
He's so ripped.
He's so cocky, too. I love it.
Do you like Fat Godzilla or Ripped Godzilla?
When did Ripped one come in?
I would say Ripped was more the original, where it's really more of like a bodysuit. He gets a lot bulkier as the series goes on.
Oh, yeah, he does. That is true, he does. See, I realized something about the original, what is makes it so good is you don't really see what Godzilla looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's very shadowy and all of that. And then in the later ones, as you mentioned, he kind of like, you see him all the time. He's kind of silly. Sometimes he fucking curls up, breathes fire, and then flies to places. That's a bit much. I don't know if a dinosaur that large could do that, but
uses fire breathe propulsion.
And but yeah, he does get pretty thick.
Yeah,
especially with Mechagodzilla, he gets pretty thick.
Oh, he gets rounded in that.
Very big thighs.
Mechagodzilla's cool as hell, man. You know what? You need to find that PS2 game that was a like arena fighter
with Godzilla and his monsters.
Yes, they had. It was. I think it was called Godzilla King of Monsters. Maybe.
Well, that's like the American version of Godzilla.
Right.
I think that's what they call that. Yeah.
Well, it sticks with that theme, and you get points for busting shit up like cities, and you get points for killing the monster.
Is
obviously.
it a bad game?
I think it's pretty good if I remember.
I wonder if it's on Steam.
Ooh,
probably.
And
not.
Also, did you know that Godzilla has a legal team that's so large and so vicious that it's known as the Godzilla of legal teams?
Because they'll sue people who try to use his stuff?
Definitely. Even if your shit looks a little bit like Godzilla, they'll sue your pants off.
I mean, it's a very identifiable creature.
Certainly.
Like, it's very popular.
Is that Japan's Mickey Mouse? Maybe. I don't know.
It might be. I mean, yeah, God, everybody knows that.
Everyone knows Godzilla.
Yeah.
Everyone knows his sound. They know everything.
Which is crazy because, you know, I don't know. It's just so crazy to me that my understanding is came out in 1954 and it was kind of like mocking the arms race, kind of, right?
It was definitely a country struggling to make light of the fact that they witnessed the apocalypse twice in one week.
Yeah. And I think, if I remember right, essentially the Americans detonated the atomic bomb that kind of created him in the first movie, and then, like, 2 years later, America bought the rights to parts of the movie, then they added their own English reporter and all of that. And
then they subbanned it up, just like with Power Rangers.
I wonder what, I would imagine that the Japanese hatred was still pretty high, even 10 years after it happened.
Hell
yeah. Do you think so? When they saw American audiences first witness the Japanese movie, I kind of wonder what was going through their heads at that point. Because they didn't really have horror movies really at that point. I mean, kind of, but not really.
Had to be that baby boomer generation, the kids coming up, right?
Yeah.
It couldn't really have been the soldiers that fought because they would hate them, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. It's a very interesting thing to think about.
It's weird that monster movies got as huge as they did, and Godzilla is the king of them all.
They did really like very large. It's like they
still do.
It's like
Gundams and shit. Like, come on.
But I'm saying the world.
Oh, okay.
Like the 50s. Remember they had like Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. They had fucking that giant ass ant movie. I think they figured out that camera trick where you have something in the foreground, something here, and they're like, "Fuck, we got to use this all the time."
Everything could be a giant, or very small if they're far away.
It's what's a good movie I'd recommend? You have HBO, right?
Yeah.
Eyes Without a Face.
Okay.
I think it's from like the late 50s. It's basically a guy he's a surgeon. His daughter got in a car accident. Her face is all fucked up. So he's trying to kill women to put a new face on her.
Awesome.
It's pretty sweet.
Awesome.
The effects of the girl with like the messed up face is fantastic for like 1956 or something.
And it still holds up, the effects. Yeah. Wow.
Now she wears like the creepiest mask to hide her disfigured face. It's pretty good. It's pretty sweet.
Well, I'm into that.
Yeah.
And you know what else I'm into?
What's that?
Wrapping this up.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
I got an idea. How about everybody listening right now listens again next Sunday for a brand new episode of the Bumblebutt Podcast.
Hell yeah.
My name has been Adam. That's been Cody. Thank you, Cody.
Thank you, Adam.
All right, everybody. See ya.
See ya.